Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Yogender, and in this video I'll talk about Microsoft's latest offering in the analytics space called Microsoft Fabric, which tries to unify all its current offerings and products under a single umbrella. Now I'll talk about what is Microsoft Fabric and why this was launched in the first place, and what are the key components, and also in terms of how will this impact the larger ecosystem of analytics and even smaller players as well. Now, by definition, Microsoft Fabric is a platform which unifies all its services across data integration, data engineering, data science, warehousing, real-time analytics, as well as business intelligence under a single SaaS-based umbrella. Now, let's look at why this was required in the first place. Now, what has happened is that, let's suppose if you are heading analytics for a particular company, so currently you are actually using multiple tools and multiple services across a single vendor and multiple vendors as well. Now, what this does is that this really creates overheads which you have to manage, such as licensing, governance, security, and many times these overheads actually take up more time than the actual work of, let's say, delivering results and value to the stakeholders. Now, if you look at the current on your screen, that's the current list of analytics services which are shown on the Microsoft's website, and we can see they have shown Synapse, Databricks, Data Factory, and this does not even include, let's say, their machine learning platforms and even their databases. Now, if you include that list, this number will easily grow beyond 30. And apart from this, if you take, let's say, AWS and Google and other niche players, the whole number of tools that any company is using currently will easily go beyond 90 to even 100, for example, in large organizations. Now, that is where the concept of Microsoft Fabric comes in the picture, because they're trying to simplify the whole um, value chain of analytics for these teams. Now, Microsoft Fabric is built on three basic things, which is Synapse, Data Factory, and their Power BI. And of course, the most basic thing in Fabric is their one lake architecture, which is their lake house, and we'll get into all these things. But essentially, this is where Microsoft is trying to simplify the whole architecture and governance for all their platforms and services under a single SaaS-based product on a tenant. Now, if you just look at what are the various components of Fabric which they are offering, so we can start with the first one, which is their storage, which is their OneLake. Now, OneLake has been built on top of their Azure Data Lake Storage ADLS Gen 2, and this is a lake house, and this lets users to create their own workspace and start using this for data exploration. For data integration, they have Data Factory, which lets you build ETL pipelines and transform your data. For data engineering, they have again Synapse, which would let you to store, process, and analyze your data as well. And even for warehousing, you can build virtual warehouses on Synapse. For data science, they are again using Synapse, which means all the activities of data exploration, data prep, machine learning models, and deploying models can be now done on Synapse. Even for real-time analytics, they have the same platform. For BI, they're using Power BI, which again is a pretty popular tool and has been used and is being used across various organizations. And Data Activator is the action platform, which is a trigger-based system where companies can trigger some action based on some data value and or data threshold, for example. And the last one is Purview, which is their governance solution, and this helps to govern, protect, and manage their data estate. Now, a lot of people say that these components were being used earlier as well, and these can be used independently as well outside of Fabric. And while that is true, but then the companies are missing out on the actual value which is being given by this platform. Now, the key advantages that are there within this platform are that this helps you to, like I mentioned before, uh, take away all your governance, security, and other issues, and you can actually work on getting insights from your data. The next one is that your data engineers, data scientists, and other profiles can now work together on data objects, which was a bit difficult earlier. And third one is that now even business users, or let's say even experienced data professionals, can work together And this really helps to democratize data usage across the organization. Now, just to let you know that this is still under preview mode, and it's yet to be launched publicly. And this remains to be seen how Fabric will be used across organizations, what could be the use cases. But I think one thing is clear, that this will have far-reaching effects on industry. I'm sure Google Cloud, or let's say even AWS, might be planning their own similar single umbrella platforms in the future. But I think a bigger impact will be seen on the smaller players, which might not have the power to create such platforms. And they might have to integrate with the bigger players through an app store or something else. And that's something like, let's say, SAP App Store, which helps to integrate with other smaller players. Now, these are a few things which came to my mind. I'm sure there could be more use cases. In case you have any comments, thoughts, please put in the comments, and we'll be happy to discuss. I really hope you found this video useful, and thank you so much for watching.